cynicism. To discuss that, we have the perfect man joining us now. Jake Sherman, co-author of Politico's Playbook. And Jake, again, as we just heard Jan say, speculation rampant about whether Judge Gorsuch's criticism of the president may have been offered in part to find some Democratic support on the Hill. If you were a betting man, what odds would you lay?
Of course, I'm not a betting man, but I think that you're seeing an independent judge who is trying to court Democratic support. Dick Blumenthal, the senator from Connecticut, himself an attorney, was Attorney General of the great state of Connecticut, which we both know very well. And I think this is a clear political play to show that he's an independent jurist and he's willing to criticize a president who is stepping in the minds of a lot of senators way outside the bounds and calling a confirmed judge a so-called judge, which is way outside of what most presidents would do, even if some presidents have been willing to criticize judges in the past. Including
also lashing out at that three-judge panel that will determine whether or not that temporary restraining order is held before that panel actually issues its ruling. So meanwhile, then on Twitter this morning, we see the president lash out at Senator Blumenthal, suggest that he's essentially lying about what the judge told him. This flies in the face of facts and confirmation by, among others, Kelly Ayotte, the Sherpa, if you will, for the judge on his visits to the Capitol Hill and other White House advisors. Is the president then simply playing his part here?
Who knows what he's doing? His team has already confirmed this happened. People in the room have confirmed to reporters that this indeed did happen. And Trump tried to inject into the conversation the fact that Dick Blumenthal, for many years, was dishonest about his service in Vietnam. He was actually a Marine reservist in New Haven, Connecticut at the time. That has been litigated. Blumenthal has taken responsibility for that, took responsibility for that in 2010 when he was running for the Senate. So he's trying to inject doubt about the account of this senator, and it's really beyond any reasonable explanation considering Donald Trump, the people who work for the president have already confirmed this. So it's not entirely clear what his play is here besides trying to discredit somebody who is spreading true information about his Supreme Court justice.
For which there is already precedent in this administration. Meanwhile, if political expedience to a degree then is what we're discussing here, we might actually be seeing it again today. The president set to meet with four moderate Democratic senators today, Senators Tester, Heitkamp, Manchin, and Donnelly. Again, all hailing from states that turned awfully red in November. What do you suppose both sides are looking to get then out of this meeting?
Well, what Trump is trying to do is he's trying to make true on his promise that he is going to bridge divides between the two parties, something he spent a lot of time talking about on the campaign, something he has not even come close to trying to do yet. But these Democratic senators are from red states. I mean, Donald Trump won North Dakota by 36 or something, some crazy amount, like 36 points. Heidi Heitkamp is in cycle, is up for re-election. So to the extent that these red state Democrats could show that they are working with a president who won their states by large margins, it is going to be helpful. They are going to be helpful on things like infrastructure spending, perhaps tax plans. But Chuck Schumer, the Senate Democratic leader, has vowed that he will keep a close eye on red state senators who might stray too far from the reservation.
Then also happening today, and well, we certainly have seen some brinksmanship there in the Senate and may see more of it today. Congressman Tom Price, looking to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services, is now up for debate. We have arguably not seen the sort of drama on the Senate floor that we've seen the last 2 days in quite some time. Betsy DeVos, though, managed to make her way through, as did Jeff Sessions. What to anticipate then today?
I think we need to kind of take a step back here and realize that 90% of these, or probably all of these nominations, likely all of these nominations are going to get through. It's just a matter of time. As we saw with Jeff Sessions, there was staunch opposition from Democrats, and he got through. Betsy DeVos, the same thing, staunch opposition from Democrats and a couple Republicans, and she got through. So Democrats can make this painful. They could keep the Senate in over the weekend, late at night, they could talk, but they don't have the numbers to block any of these nominations. So, but there is political upside in them doing this. Our polling shows, the Politico Morning Consult poll shows that Democrats across the country want their representatives, their Democratic representatives, to stand up to Donald Donald Trump and to block his agenda and his advisors. So we're going to see that over the next couple weeks. Democrats are going to drag this out, and a byproduct of this is Donald Trump's agenda. The legislation he wants to get through is going to be slowed, is going to be take a lot longer than he and Senate Republicans would like, rather.
Without votes, optics, all important to be sure. Jake Sherman there in the Politico newsroom. As always, Jake, we appreciate the insight.
Thanks, Josh.